Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to our subscriber game tournament season 2 as we continue here in round 2 between Alaskan Assassin in the green versus King of Yen in the red. Now this is match 2 of their round 2 matchup as they alternated side here in this siege battle with Alaskan Assassin defending now and King of Yen in the attack. And if we look at the draft, we have the same 3 generals for Alaskan Assassin, 国家文丑 吕布. There are some unit changes, mainly due to funding issues and also because he's defending now, but the theme is the same. Onyx Dragons for 国家 ranked up to rank 5, Camp Crushers, a pair for 吕布, ranked up to rank 5, and now we have some heavy or veteran northern spearmen for 文丑 here, also ranked up to rank 5. Once again, I think the money is not being spent correctly. The rank up fund should be used to get more units. There's really just too few units here, and I really don't know how he can defend this big of a map with 6 unit and 3 generals. It's pretty much the default garrison you get in game if you think about it, as the default garrison is 7 units with no generals. Here it's 3 generals and 6 units, so it's too small. Then looking at King of Yen, we have some changes to the generals as he is now attacking. He has gone with some more aggressive generals in Wu Tugu. Yan Baihu stayed, and we have Liu Chong as well, who has the infinite show of force to pick on enemy generals and enemy units. It's very powerful. Because there are no strategists, there are no trebuchets, and I don't think it's needed. Yan Baihu has the ability to recruit the oil arrow user, the defender of Earth. They're very, very good at killing towers. One volley kills every single towers and forts on the wall as well as inside. They just have limited range, so they need some protection. We also have 2 of the White Tiger Raiders. I forgot what they're called, but essentially they have poison arrow. And that's also very powerful because you can slowly whittle down units inside sieges because the moat can work against you. Now, unfortunately, because Guojia is picked, none of these units are going to be invisible. They would be so much scarier if they were invisible as well, but they're still very effective. Then for Liu Chong, we have 1 crossbow and 1 Chen Peacekeeper, so a lot of range on these compositions. We have 2 shot cavalry again on Yan Baihu, and the majority of the infantry are going to be on Wu Tugu. 4 units of the Javelin Spear Guard, they have turtle formation. They are scared of fire, but they're good against generals with their javelin. So the only thing they're scared of is probably the Onyx Dragon with a fire arrow. If they stay out of that, they're fine. There's even an elephant, which is going to crush infantry. I think perhaps King of Yen is going to use the elephant to clear the bridge, even if he can't destroy the towers. But I think he probably can destroy the towers with how much range he has on his side. But in essence, the elephant's going to help move through whatever infantry is on the bridge and clear away. So that's kind of the strategy. And once they get into combat, we also have access to follow the flame for a little bit of debuff. And the 3 generals are decently strong. Wu Tugu is a good fighter. Yan Baihu has poison volley. And of course, Liu Chong will show of force. So let's see how this battle goes and check out the deployment. So, as we take a look here, just look at this power meter. Like, this is not a fair fight. Just because there's so few units on this side. And that's a bit unfortunate. Just not a good use of the fund to level them up so much. It's really confusing because after seeing these 2 match setups, I went back to look at Alaskan Assassin's round 1 match. And he didn't upgrade his unit this much in that round 1 match. So I don't know what, inspired him to do this for round 2, because this is not the right move. Ranking up is good for your units when you're kind of out of money for another full unit. Here is like investing almost like a third of your fund on just ranking up units rather than getting more. And because you have so few units, you can't really spread out on the wall to defend. He's giving up this outer wall, so no trebuchet is going to be no problem. Just get a turtle unit to absorb the tower. Use whatever you want. You don't even have to burn down the towers if you don't want to. Just keep the turtle unit in range. But if you do want to burn them down, just, use those defenders of Earth. 1 volley of the bomb arrows or the oil arrows are going to take out each of these, and we'll see how this goes. So this takes quite a while, as we can see, the 25 minutes, but I think it's just the methodical push inside, because you don't really want to rush things. The turtle unit need to get there. And we can probably speed this part up, because it's just going to be maneuvering into the right positions to make sure he has all the aggro of the towers. And once that's locked in, you can push whatever you want to. So he's going to use the siege towers. He is going to try to destroy the towers with the oil arrow. It does make the rest of the army easier to move through. So you can see that really one turtle unit is all you need, but obviously having two doesn't hurt. And one volley is enough. 100% fire, 100% fire. There we go. Too many things walking up, catching some of the aggro. Because each side of the tower is a separate aggro. So I think he actually moved too close. But doesn't matter. So like this side, facing this side, no longer sees him, but see some of the unit that poked out over here, and they got shot. But you can see it's a free entry now. Where's the ram? Yeah, should probably move the ram. That's a free entry into the gates. That's essentially all you need to do. You don't need to overinvest in trebuchets. He probably overinvested in Defender of Earth. One is enough. As you can see, just one volley clears every single tower in the game, even in the rain. Super effective. Breaking through this moat is going to be the next key objective, as going through these arrows are rather difficult. So we'll see how he does that. He's probably going to have to trade something like crossbow damage against Onyx Dragons, which is probably the best way, or just move this way. You don't have to approach this area. The entryway's here anyways, just bypass it. Walk this way, and just abandon this route. Alright, gate's been captured, everyone can move in. Oh, ooh, that's a bad decision. Because I believe the fire damage is going to tick. And then my units burn extra well. Extra crispy. We'll see. Oh, he pulled fire well. He's not thinking this through. He's just thinking, oh, it's turtle, I shouldn't fire. But I actually think the fire damage would actually do damage. So I would just go this way. I mean, the misfire is causing this town to burn by themselves, which is pretty fortunate. Yanbaihu's unit, his unique faction unit, White Tiger Raiders, have the Raider trait, I believe. Right there. They just need to stand next to buildings and they'll light them up. So he can actually get settlement damage and, you know, demoralize these units by 20 points. Alright, here comes the generals. We'll slow it down. The javelins will do a lot to generals if you walk straight at them. They need to be moving though. Turtle formation. Okay, he's shifting. He knows how to do it. Let's see if the javelins come out. Look at that. Oh, he missed some of those, but I think if he's not careful with the running, how he runs it. Guojia took about a 1k damage. Wenshou took about 1k damage. But in essence, I would have just taken this route. Ooh, the raiders on the bandit raiders. Just run them around town. Just light everything on fire. He's just coming into, ooh, a debuff right after the buff. Very nice. Just take this route. I mean, I like the patience, but nothing's going to really disrupt you coming this way. This is probably the more difficult place to fight through. They should be firing now. The formation's broken. Yeah, with the generals covering, you don't really want to get into this fight. So they have to back off. And I guess the advance can resume. It's just like, the problem is you can't hold their aggro, right? They can pick who they shoot. So it's not towers. So these units can never really advance this way. They should just take this route over here. But they're not doing that, which is strange. Are we doing... Oh, that's show of force right there, I think. Or at least they're shooting their regular bow. I don't think this ability is just the regular bow damage. Yeah, they're missing wildly. Can people get dismounted? Nope. Okay, he waited for the cooldown to come back. We could get a mass dismount and try to fight people here. He's pretty committed. He's running back now. Oh, we got a full dismount. Oh, they're coming back. The knockdown, but the fight with the dismount is going to be more advantageous here. If they fight. Oh, they do fight. I don't think Lu Bu want this fight. Not when he's mount. Oh, they're chasing the wrong targets. They're not fighting Lu Bu. They're chasing Guojia. They're trying to use their ability, so they picked on Guojia. Oh, he changed his mind. He's like, no, 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 we gotta fight Lu Bu. Everyone's dismounted. But Guojia can't fight. It's 3v2 with the javelins come and the arrows, crossbow coming from the back now. Lu Bu's like, is he trying to mount back? That's a terrible decision. Okay, but oh, okay, he's giving himself range block chance from his friendly fire, and here comes the javelin unit to sustain. Lu Bu is almost dead. Liu Chong's almost dead. They're trading, so these two had selected onto Liu Chong. Guojia has come back, but he's getting chased right away. Lu Bu's gone. Now switch targets. It's not over. Wen Chong's still alive. Don't celebrate. 3v1. Liu Chong has been run out. That's smart. Keep him alive. Free show of force. He's unbreakable, so whatever health he has is fine. And the problem is, the moment Guojia dies, all of Yan Baihu's unit become invisible. That will become extremely scary. You can park the poison arrow here. They can't shoot you when they can't see you. And then you can just like poison them, poison them, poison them. Oh, it's over. And these infantries are not even unbreakable. Now everyone can just filter in. They still have an elephant in reserve. There's 5 range units. There's a follower of the flame still, you know, trying not to light their own siege tower on fire because this is dangerous. Not recommended. Crossbows from the melee cav are returning fire because you're not going to outshoot these guys. We're talking about 80% range block chance plus 50% missile resistance. This is a waste of ammo. They should be firing arrowing the turtle formation. They will burn. The good news is they almost, you know, have 30 units, so they're not going to do a lot of return damage, but firing at them is as much of a waste as shooting at turtle. Probably more so of a waste, because at least you can burn them. So does he not realize this is barricaded? Yeah, so just shift the units. Okay, he's starting to spread some of the fire. This is the way in, so I mean, it's kind of strange to me because King of Yan fought this as the defensive side earlier. He should know where the barricades are. That's how he placed them. But essentially, if you look at the range of these towers, Liu Chong can sit outside and just, you know, use his show of force. He can't hit the turtle, but Poison Volley can do it. I mean, I understand that King of Yan has pretty much won this fight, but he should, you know, finish the fight. No one's gonna really surrender here. Use your units. End this. Have Yan Baihu go Poison Volley this. Bring Liu Chong with this group. Have him use Stone Bork. Have him run over here. Poison Volley down the turtle. And go from there. Move the, you know, bomb arrows up. Shoot the towers down. The bomb arrows has longer range than the towers over here. The interior tower have very short range. You can even burn the barricade. Do something. Gonna speed him up because he's not doing anything. Yeah, these outer towers can also flex in, but like he can burn all these down. Yeah, finally he's moving his units in. I mean, is King of Yan really just expecting a surrender there? Because that's what it felt like for a moment, where he's just not doing anything. Can we get the Flaming Boys outside of the siege tower? It's kind of dangerous. Not gonna lie. Look at that. That does not look like it's following code. Alright, let's see how many he killed. See, that's the problem with range cav. You know, there's only 30 per group. Doesn't matter if you have good damage. Doesn't matter, you have good... There's a lot of ammo on this guy. It's not like low ammo. You just can't kill that many units just because you don't have that many guys with you. Alright, Poison Volley time finally. There we go. Yeah, it's free kills. About 20 of them will bleed off from that. Just from the poison ticking down, as you can see. Turtle doesn't do anything against that. Oh. They're just coming to harass. They're invisible now, so it's like, you know, they just come here and just shoot you. And you're like, oh, come on. And they're doing the raider thing, burning down the nearby town. They have poison arrow. They could be poisoning. Just waiting for the poison volley to cool down. and shoot them again. Forcing them back, still shooting them. There's nowhere to hide in this plaza. Okay, they have burned down the barricade. They have burned down the towers, burned down the towers, burned down the towers. Their job is done. Now we can rush up and slam all the units. Show of force can be used. But yeah, it's a sea of arrows here. Next poison volley coming up right here. Devastating. Javelins being used. Bomb arrows can clear turtles as well. Where are the elephants? Ah, they're just gonna chill outside. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty, that's the match. I think it's pretty straightforward. When you see just 6 units, you can't cover this entire base. You can't really spare units to defend the wall. You're just way outnumbered. Your generals committing to one strategist when they have 3 strong fighting generals means you can't really contest a general fight either. So they have free entry until they get to a comfortable spot to shoot you. They also brought more range than you have. It comes down to just less units, right? If there are some more units on the defensive side here or stronger units, if everyone was kind of turtled up, even then, Yuan Baihu counters you pretty hard. Bringing Guojia in this situation is useful, but I would say questionable. Like, did seeing Yuan Baihu really help you if you're going to center camp? Are you really scared of Yuan Baihu sneaking in from some side gate, you know, being invisible and trying to steal your victory point if you're just going to sit here? Right? If you're not worried about him at that point, maybe bring more units. Shut down their entry, have a more aggressive position early on. But, yep, this is the result. Let's see the actual number. Yeah, overall, I think, you know, after the initial push in, which just basically oil arrows did the job, they walked in the turtle formation to push into that alley, which I think is a mistake. I don't think they should push into that alley. I think taking the long route through and then bring all your units through that, you know, city streets, use the bomb arrows, clear the bridge. But I guess baiting the general out to fight wasn't a bad decision just because you have 3 stronger generals than the other side. And just winning that general fight with the mass dismount to pick on Lu Bu. Because even if, let's say, you lose that fight, you trade off Lu Bu dies, Ventral is definitely at least injured. Maybe Guojia survives. Maybe Ventral is like half health. Would half health, you know, Ventral be able to clear all these units? I don't think so. I think the units would have been able to carry through the rest of the fight. Just this cavalry unit could probably fight Ventral one-on-one. At least do enough damage to him to make him rout, because he's not unbreakable. And at that point, they wouldn't be able to hold that bridge against this unit. Elephant wasn't even used. You know, have this guy run in, it'll be even more devastating. So, good match. King of Yen moves on with a 2-0 as the first one to enter the top 8. It's no shame to lose to him. He was runner-up. He actually would be the one with the actual siege battle experience, as he had to fight Zero in the finals, which was a siege battle finals. That was a best out of 3. First 2 match were siege battles. He went 1-1 in that first tournament. So definitely the one with the experience headed into the match, and it really showed. Better unit selection, better general selection, better use of the unit, being able to find the enemy's key point, being a trebuchet in that first match. And this one, you know, as long as you kill Lu Bu, there's nothing that can clear these units, and he will always have a way to force his way onto that bridge. There's enough different range options he have to bring down those towers. Even if it means running the guys that are, you know, poison arrow, he can just run this to the tower. They will take a lot of damage, but their raider ability will just burn it, same as the cavalry. So even if you don't bring sort of a bomb arrow or like a regular archer, bring something with raid would do the same thing. They can just run up, sacrifice themselves, burn down that tower, and carry on in that case. And those interior towers have shorter range, so you can use that to your advantage. Good match, and we have our first result in round 2. We'll come back tomorrow with group 2 and see how that goes. So until then, bye.